I'm talking to Ralph Champua, who's the president of Neg Creole, and this is his graduating semester at USF. You're getting a degree in finance from the College of Business.
Well, like I said earlier, I'm majoring in finance. I decided to do that because I feel like there's a lot of tools in the finance world that my community is not aware of. And I feel like if I get the knowledge, then I can pass it on to the people that don't know it.
If you could summarize just important things about your culture that people generally overlook.
People overlook our minds. They think that because we come from a poor nation, and they like to call it the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere, that we're not educated. Haitians are very, very big on education.
Yeah.
That's why we study so hard. That's why, young kid comes here and he, instead of doing nothing with his life, he decides, I have to get an education. Whatever major he decides, he's very big on education. And I think a lot of people overlook that.
Tell me about your childhood as a Haitian in America.
I came here in 1999. I was 10 years old. It was tough because I had to learn the language, so that was challenging. I watched a lot of kids shows, like I watched a lot of Barney and Teletubbies and Blue's Clues. When I started picking up on the language, I started doing well in school. Prior to that, I would always do really well in math because in Haiti we focus on math a lot, and math is pretty much the same in every language. If you see a plus sign, you know what that means. If you see a multiplication sign, you know what that means. But in the reading and science stuff, I wouldn't do so well because I didn't understand the language.
What kind of issues do Haitian men face growing up in America, during school, college, high school?
I feel like, growing up, usually your environment has a big effect on you and your decisions. So I'd say a lot of us you don't see like a lot of motivation. So if you don't see a lot of people around you going to college, you seem to think that, college is kind of impossible for you. So us going out to them and telling them, hey man, like college is not impossible. Here's what you need to do to get into college. I feel like that's a big step. One of the big issues is the lack of knowledge about this whole college environment because a lot of other kids, their parents have gone through this system, or their older brothers and older sisters have gone through the system, so they know what it's like. They can come back and pass down the information to the younger ones. But for a lot of us, I know specifically for me, a lot of my generation, we are first generation college students, so we're just now going through this. We don't know what to expect. Things about internships, different scholarships you can apply for. We learn about these things a lot of times when we get here. So I feel like for a lot of us, that's our setback in a way, but it's also where we can learn as much as we can and pass it down to the younger ones.
The fact that you're graduating, is it going to set an example for other Haitian men around? Is education or is college something every Haitian person looks at? Or
I wouldn't necessarily say college. I would say education is something that every Haitian man looks at because in our culture, education is big. Like in Haiti, the parents will sell everything they have just so that their kid can go to school. So education is big. But I do feel like me graduating sets an example for a lot of the guys that I went to high school with. That hey, if he can do it, we were in high school together. If he can go out and do this, then why not me?
Yeah.
And if it's not impossible, especially to the younger kids that are in middle school right now or in high school right now, I want them to think that this is not something that's impossible. This is something that can be done. You just have to set your mind to it.
Thank you very much, Ralph.
No problem.